Hello, welcome to NatWest.
Welcome to NatWest.
Please tell me why you're calling today.
I've been scammers.
Sorry, you can say things like, what's my balance? Or, I don't recognize a transaction. So in a few words, why are you calling today?
Because somebody tried to scam me. Hello, Casper.
About a possible scam, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. We believe you're calling about a scam, and that you might be worried. To help us direct your call to the right team, we are going to ask you a few questions. Have you spoken to our scams team previously about this?
Yes.
For an update on an existing claim, you'll need to speak to our scams team. If you need to call again about an existing scam claim, you can call the team directly on 0800 028 2167. That's 0800 028 2167. You may wish to take a note of this. Do you need scams team?
Yes.
Please enter your 10-digit customer number, which starts with your date of birth, followed by 4 digits. Or alternatively, enter your long number from your NatWest debit card. I didn't hear anything. Please enter your 10. I didn't recognize a valid entry. Using your keypad, please select from the following options. If you've forgotten your customer number, press 1. Your call is being connected to a member of our team. We have identified that you may have forgotten your details, or have not registered for our telephone banking service. We are here to help you. Please hold the line, and one of our colleagues will assist you. To reduce your wait time, and to ensure you get through to the right area first time on future calls, please ask the colleague to enroll you for telephone banking before you complete your request. Please note that calls may be recorded for training and monitoring purposes.
This is one of those things I really don't have
Thanks
time
for waiting. Our colleagues are busy supporting
Move
other
that
customers and will be with
all
you
over
as
the
soon
place, all
as
over the
possible.
floor.
Did you know it's easier to get the support you need
So
by
much work to
registering
do.
for telephone banking? This allows you to identify yourself, gives you access to all our self-serve options, or speak to the right colleague to help with all your
Don't need
banking
telling
needs.
about telephone banking. You just removed me from telephone banking. You've deleted everything. I have to put it all in again. That's all.
Thanks for waiting. Our colleagues are busy supporting other customers and will be with you as soon as possible. Did you know it's easier to get the support you need by registering for telephone banking? This allows you
Shut
to
up
identify
about telephone
yourself,
banking.
gives you access to all our self-serve
I
options,
know all
or
this.
speak to the right colleague to help with all your banking needs. Thanks for waiting. Our colleagues are busy supporting other customers and will be with you as soon as possible. Did you know it's easier to get the support you need by registering for telephone banking? This allows you to identify yourself, gives you access to all our self-serve options, or
No,
speak
don't.
to the right colleague to help with all your banking needs.
See how long this takes. For those of us that are customers, we're back on Tuesday.
Our colleagues are busy supporting other customers
Today
and will
is
be with you as
Wednesday.
soon as possible. Did
And we
you
are
know
back doing the
it's
giveaways
easier to get
on
the support
Tuesday.
you need by registering for telephone banking? This allows you to identify yourself, gives you access to all our self-serve options, or speak to the right colleague to help with all your banking needs. Thanks for waiting. Our colleagues are busy supporting other customers and will be with you as soon as possible. Did you know it's easier to get the support you need by registering for telephone banking? This allows you to identify yourself, gives you access to all our self-serve options, or speak to the right colleague to help with all your banking needs. Please note that calls may be recorded for training and monitoring purposes.
Hi, you're through to NatWest. How can I help?
Hello there. I phoned up yesterday to try and sort something out about a scam phone call I got yesterday with somebody trying to get into my bank account. And that call took an hour and 3/4, by which time I had to put the phone down. So I'm now having another attempt at trying to sort this out. And just to let you know, this call is being recorded for my own safety and protection.
Okay. So is it a scam call that you had?
Yes, should be on your system.
Okay. What's your store code account number, please? Right, let me just look into your details. What's your full name, please?
Ian Paul Lambert.
Date of birth?
13/4/63.
Thank you. Right, so did you get a message last night and it was a scam?
Okay, so have you not got the details on the screen in front of you? No,
You got the last message that we sent you was about ACNOW alert.
So basically, the phone call that I made and spoke to people at the NatWest, they haven't recorded any of the conversation. Is that what you're saying to me?
You don't have telephone banking, so we can't see it on the system.
Well, I did have telephone banking up until the NatWest personnel that I spoke to yesterday removed me from it.
Okay.
So it sounds to me,
Telephone banking.
it sounds to me like I've got to start right from the beginning, which is rather frustrating and annoying, I have to say. So yesterday I got a text message saying to me, thank you for applying for mobile banking or telephone banking. I then got an email saying the same thing. And I knew immediately that that was not me because I hadn't done that. So it must be a scam. So there was and then that was immediately followed by a text message giving me the code that you would send through that I would need in order to activate the mobile banking. So I then looked at your email that you sent me and it said, if this isn't you or you haven't had anything to do with this, contact us. So I clicked on the link to contact us, which took me through to your website, where I then had to try and work out for myself which telephone number I need to ring, because it wasn't that self-explanatory, where I then got through to somebody who I explained this to. And that person couldn't really answer or give me much help, couldn't answer many of my questions. I asked them to speak to a supervisor, put me through to somebody else. They put me through to somebody else in the fraud team, or I thought it was the fraud team. Then whilst talking to that person, I had the presence of mind to say to that person, how many telephone numbers are attached to my account? To which he replied, 3. So I said, well, that's not right. So we discounted 2 of the telephone numbers and a third telephone number. It's nothing to do with me. So I said, I want that removed. So he then said, okay, I have to pass you through to another fraud department. So they put me through to another fraud department where I'm hanging on the phone. And after quite some time, it meant that I'd been on the phone for 1 hour and 3/4 just to try and deal with a simple thing like somebody trying to scam my account. 1 hour and 3/4 I was on the phone, by which time it's now 7:45 at night. I haven't had my dinner. My wife's cooked my dinner. She's going without her dinner. So I've got to end the call. I've got no choice but to end the call, even though I'm stuck on hold for the fraud department. And so now I have to phone you back to go through the process all over again, which is what I'm doing now. And I'm absolutely gobsmacked that none of this information is recorded on the screen in front of you.
Right, so I do apologise that you're having to call up and repeat yourself again. So let's have a look. So there was a number on here, that number being removed now. Let me just check. Right, so does your mobile number end in 8004?
Yes, it does. How many numbers are you seeing attached to my account?
I'll have a look now, 1 minute. Can I just take the last 8 digits of your long debit card number when you're ready, please?
The last 8?
Yes, please.
Okay.
$8407. Okay.
And I also need help downloaded and reinstalling the app, please.
Okay, so if you've gone to your App Store or...
Yes, whilst talking to you, I've attempted to download the app again. I've deleted the app as requested yesterday by your staff, and
okay. Have you asked for a new debit card?
Yes, I have a new debit card with a new PIN number.
Okay. Right. Okay. So do you want to get set back up for online telephone banking again?
Yes, I do. I also want the app reinstalling, and I might need help with that.
So you need to go to the NatWest website.
To do what?
To enroll again for online telephone banking.
Okay. NatWest. Do I click login to online banking?
Does it say forgot login details?
No, I'm just on the main page at the moment, and there's lots of links. I just need to know where to go.
Okay, so yeah, log in.
Okay, Ian Lambert, log in here. Your password, your PIN number. What PIN number is it talking about? The PIN number of my card or my online banking PIN, which is a different PIN number?
So, have you got your customer number?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, okay, so put that in.
I can't. I don't know if you're misunderstanding me or if I'm not explaining correctly. It's asking me to log in, enter the following numbers from your PIN, enter the following characters from your password. Is that what you're talking about?
So you need to go to forgot login details.
Forgot login details. Okay, let's have a little look. Forgot your PIN or password. Yeah, okay. Re-register for online banking.
Correct, yeah.
Please select one of the following options. What type of customer are you? Now I have both a personal account and a business account attached, or did have. I had a savings account, a personal account, and a business account attached to my NatWest banking app. So what do I click on? A personal customer or a business customer?
Personal.
Thank you. Next. Please tell us your banking details. Okay. Oops. Now, it's asking for my debit card number and expiry date, which last night.
Have you still got it there? Can you put the details in and see if that works?
Well, yeah, I can put the details in, but strictly speaking, it shouldn't work because you cancelled it last night. Well, not you personally, but whoever I spoke to cancelled it last night, so it shouldn't work. Sorry, we can't complete your re-registration for online banking using the details you've given us. Please contact us and our team will be happy to help. So that's you. Can you help, please?
I'm just going to speak to a supervisor and see what they advise.
I have a feeling, a rather uncomfortable feeling, that they're going to say to you, there's nothing he can do. He has to wait until his cards arrive. And I didn't even want it cancelled.
Does it let you leave the debit card section blank? Hello?
Hello, I'm just looking. You want me to go back? Will it go back? Personal customer, next. No, I think I have to go back to the beginning and try again. And forgot your PIN or password, register for online banking. Personal customer. Needs all the information putting in again. Right, what did you say to do?
Leave it blank. Does it allow you to?
Leave it blank. Next. No. Oh, 1 minute. Sort code and account number it once again. Let's see. Here's a reminder of your customer number. Customer number. The customer number it's just given me is different to the one I've already got.
Yes, so your customer number is a 10-digit one that it asks you to enter first. Have all of you done that?
Yeah, no, I don't think you heard me correctly. I've done what you suggested and put in my date of birth details and ignored putting in the card details and clicked next. It's now taken me to another page, re-register for online banking, activation code, your customer number. And the customer number that it has given me, the last 4 digits are different to the customer number that I've already got saved. The details that I've saved from previous use. It's giving me a different customer number. What I'm asking you is that correct? Do I delete my old customer number and I've now got a new customer number? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know whether it's because you've got a business as well linked to this account.
Okay, because what I'm a bit worried about is if I delete the customer number off of my records and just put down this new customer number, if I need the old customer number, if I need the old customer number at some point, then I'll have forgotten what it is.
So has it allowed you to leave it blank?
Leave what blank?
The debit card details?
Yes, I just explained that. Sorry, is the connection not good? Did you not hear what I just said?
Yeah.
So,
What's it saying now on the system?
so what I'm trying to explain to you is which I don't seem to be making a very good job of it. And for that, I apologise. Is that I have, before doing what you've just asked me to do, I already have a customer number. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Doing what you've just asked me to do, it's now given me a new customer number. And that customer number is different to my old customer number. So what I'm asking you is it supposed to be...
I know, I'm just telling you to not do anything just yet and just leave the customer number as it stands for now. You don't need to delete it off your system till we find out the correct customer number. I'm just looking now. That's why I'm saying to you it might change because there's a business attached to it.
Okay, we've sent an activation code. So I now need to check my phone for an activation code.
Because you've been disabled off the online banking, the system may have generated a new customer number.
Right. Okay, so I've put in the activation code that I've been texted. We've now gone on to a new page, re-register for online banking, create your login details. Choose your new online banking PIN.
So have you put the code in? Did you receive the text message with the code on?
Yes, I did. I received the text message and I've entered the code and I've gone on to the next page. It now wants me to put in and make up new pins, etc.
Yeah, so you'll have to create a new PIN and a new password.
Is it the 4th today or the 5th?
It is the 5th.
Okay, we're making improvements, it says. Got it. Right, so I'm in.
Okay, so you're back up and running, yeah?
Well, I'm up and running as far as I'm in my account on the PC. I just now need to make sure that I can get in my account on the app.
Okay, let's have a look there.
So we need to do that one next. I already have an account. Next. Next. Set terms. West. I think I've missed off the customer number now. Yeah. I've missed off the last 4 digits of the customer number. Are you able to give that? I've got it. Oh, it's taken me all the way out to the beginning again. Oh, nothing is ever easy, is it?
No, nothing's ever straightforward.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Sending me another code.
So are you doing the mobile app now?
Yeah, nearly there, I think. Okay, it seems to be loading up now for the app on my iPad. Okay, we're into the iPad. And presumably I need to replicate that entire process on my iPhone. Okay, so that's that bit done. So we now have, so what is that classed as, please, love? Is that classed as mobile banking or telephone banking or both?
So you have telephone and online banking, and then you have the mobile app as well on your phone, what you've just submitted then.
Okay.
So everything's all back up and running here for you.
Okay, that's cool. So now what we need to...
And your debit card's obviously on its way to you as well.
Right. So what I need to find out now is how many telephone numbers are added to my account.
How many telephones? Let's have a look. So can I just take your customer number off you, please? Okay, what's the first and second digit of that 4-digit number, please? Thank you. Okay. Contact numbers, so mobile 07401 008. Number, that's
Yep.
and a work number of 02088 072 222.
Right, so that is the number that is false. 02088072222 is the work number belonging to a minicab firm called Barron's in Silver Street in Edmonton, N18, North London.
Okay, so let me get that taken off. So what's character 2 and character 6 of your letter password, please? Okay, so that 02 number, we'll take that out, okay?
What, you can do that?
Yeah.
Okay, because the person that I was talking to yesterday when I was going through all of this about the scam phone call, etc., and I said to him,
you've set yourself up for telephone and online banking.
what, so he couldn't do it because he removed me from telephone banking and therefore couldn't take my instructions.
So was you on telephone banking with him first of all?
When you say was I on telephone banking,
it depends what type of security system you come through on.
well, I was on the phone talking to what I thought was somebody in the fraud department, because that's where I told I was being connected. And I asked him to remove the number, and he said he couldn't. He had to put me through to another department within the fraud department, whereby I was hanging on the phone for forever. And I'm thinking, what was the point? Why did I have to go through all of that when I've just taken that number off so easily with you? Why couldn't I have done that so easily with the person I was talking to yesterday?
I'm not sure what happened on that call, Ian, and I do apologise why you were left and passed pillar to post, but I don't know the conversation that was on that call. I don't know what system was used in place yesterday.
Right, because what that means is
for you.
It means that that number's been on my account for an extra 24 hours that it didn't need to be.
I know, I understand.
But you can't give me any answers as to
well,
why.
I wasn't on the call. I don't know the conversation. I don't know why they couldn't do it for you. I don't know the services that were used yesterday.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure.
So
in that conversation, as I went on the call, it wasn't the advisor, you see, but I could take it off for you now.
Yes, well, that's the first thing I'd like you to do, please, lovey, is if you wouldn't mind, take that off my account.
So I'm just leaving the mobile number on file and the home number, is that correct?
Absolutely. And is there any way of putting some kind of a block or a note on my account that
I can enroll you for voice recognition, so no one can come through on your account without being verified by your voice.
Okay, that would be great. And I was also going to ask, is it possible to make it so that no other numbers can be added to my account? Only it's to show only a home number and my mobile number and nothing else. So anytime anybody tries to add another number to my account, maybe a warning bell goes off or something, because I don't want any other numbers added to my account. This is not the first time I've had fraudulent numbers added to my account, and I want to make sure that it doesn't happen again, because I also can't work out, and it's something I want an answer to, maybe not from you, but from somebody, as to how this number got added to my account in the first place. Now, the last time this happened, and I was talking to somebody in the fraud department, and I said, I want to know how that number got added to my account. And the bloke just simply said, well, it don't matter now because we've deleted it. And then he put the phone down on me. Well, it's happened again. Yeah. So I'm not really satisfied with you know what you've got in place. So I want to be able to talk to somebody to make sure that this doesn't happen again. I don't want numbers added to my account. How did it happen? And if you can't tell me how it happened,
if I can see when the mobile number was updated.
Thank you.
Okay, so have you Googled the number? It's for a taxi firm, did you say?
No, I telephoned the number because that's another question that I need an answer to. That number has been on my account for the last 24 hours when I know, and you, the bank, knows that that is a dodgy phone number. So even though I was talking to the fraud department yesterday and worked out, and I'm the one who worked out that this was a fraudulent number added to my account. So another question is, what has the bank done about that in the last 24 hours? Has anybody even bothered to phone it? Because I phoned it this morning. Before I phoned you, I phoned that number and it went through to a minicab service in Silver Street in Edmonton, North London.
I can't just phone numbers like that, you see, and add stuff on the account. That's not my role.
No, what I'm trying to say, which I'm not making a very good job of, is last night I'm talking to the fraud department and I've worked out that there is a fraudulent number attached to my account. So I then say to that person I'm talking to on the phone, and I have all of this recorded, I'm saying to the person that I talked to on the phone, that number should not be on my account. That's not my number, and I have not authorized that. Right? So then they put me through to somebody else, and like I say, then I came off the call after waiting so long. However, even though I came off the call, I've already told verbally a man in the fraud department that that number is a fake number as far as I'm concerned. It's not a fake number because it's a minicab number. It's a fake number as far as I'm concerned and should not be attached to my account. So my question is, what did the bank then do about that? The bank fraud department has been told that that number should not be on somebody's account. Did anybody, what happened next? Was it A, absolutely nothing, or B, did somebody do something?
I don't know.
Well, that's what I want to find out. So before this phone call finishes, I want to talk to somebody that can answer these questions, please. Because it's not good enough that every time I have fraudulent activity on my account, the bank essentially washes its hands of it and says things like, well, it don't matter now because we've removed this or we've removed that, so everything's all right. Well, it ain't all right if the bank ain't doing their job properly. If I was the person on the end of that phone call, the minute the customer got off the phone, I would be talking to my supervisor going, hey, listen, we've got a fraudulent number here attached to one of our customers' bank accounts. Let's phone it up and see where it goes. That's the minimum that I would do if that was my job. And then there would be a case of passing it up the line.
The fraud team don't work like that. They have to follow a process that they have to go by with fraud. We don't just phone numbers and we process them and put them on a record.
Well, that's another thing I'm interested in. What is your process? What is your protocol? Is the protocol just to write the number that?
So do you want to speak to the fraud team regarding it? Because that's who you spoke to yesterday. All I can do is what I've done here for you, is took the number off. You're back up and running on your online and telephone banking and your mobile app. In terms of the fraud team who you spoke to yesterday, I just don't know what happened further to that call.
Okay, I reckon
I don't know whether you want to speak back to the fraud team or I don't know what you want to do.
I see what you're saying. I reckon we probably do need to go through to the fraud team. And to be perfectly honest with you, my love, I thought you was the fraud team because when I phoned up, right, when I phoned up and went through the automatic messaging system, you know, tell us what it is you're phoning the bank for. And I told it that it was about a scam. And it says to me, do you want to talk to us about a scam? Yes, I do. Do you want the fraud department? Yes, I do. And it hasn't put me through to the fraud department. It's just put me through to normal customer service. Is that what you're saying? Well, that is obviously what you're saying. Cool. It's no wonder some of you people must go home with a headache. I mean, you don't need phone calls like this from an irate, frustrated customer like me, but it's no wonder that people are getting frustrated when they're passed from pillar to post and put in front of the wrong people.
Right, let me just see if there's any notes on here from the fraud team you spoke to yesterday.
Okay.
I've sent you a text message as well, just to let you know that we enrolled you for voice ID and you can opt out at any time, okay?
Yeah, so how did that work? Was you recording my voice while we were talking on the phone type thing?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
So next time you come through to us, you will come through verified by your voice. So what it is basically no one can ring up on your behalf or try and get through to telephone banking or anything without being verified. So it wouldn't work basically because it's not you who's talking.
Okay. The text I've just got from you is another code, an activation code. Is that correct?
Okay. So have you set up on your mobile banking app? Have you done that?
I've done it on my iPad. I haven't done it on my phone yet because I'm talking to you, so I've got to do it on my phone later, but I have set it up on my iPad.
Okay, so that's fine then. If you're all set up, then that's fine.
So I don't need that?
You don't need that now.
Okay, brilliant. Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to call through to the forward team if that's who you want to speak with.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, I'll call through now. Do you need any further assistance from here?
No, I don't think I do. Thank you. Thank you very much for everything that you've done, though. You've been ever so helpful.
I'm glad you're all sorted anyway, back up and running on your online banking. And as I say, you've voice recognition on the account now, so no one will be able to ring up and try and change numbers or anything on the account now. We verified you by your voice, okay?
Yeah, all we need now is for that voice recognition to work. Because I don't know about you, but I've tried the biometrics one where it gets the picture of your face, and flipping hell, the amount of times I've tried to log in and do something and it don't recognise who you are.
Yeah.
So
it's a bit strict, that picture, with the way you've got to do it and stuff on a certain angle, and
yeah,
for it to recognise you. But no problems with anyone with voice recognition. They've always come through great. So
brilliant.
It'll be the same with you, Ian. Okay. All right.
Thank you, love.
Through now. You take care. Hope you get it all sorted.
Yeah, you have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Nice, helpful lady. Cool, I wouldn't want that job.
Can I please take your name?
Ian Lambert.
And can I please take your sort code and account number so I can locate your information, please?
Yes.
Just a little moment while I locate your information.
Thank you.
And how can I help today?
Okay, so a number was added to my account which has now been removed. A telephone number. That telephone number is 02088072222. And that telephone number is a telephone number of a minicab firm called Barron's in Silver Street in Edmonton, North London. When I phoned up yesterday and was on the phone for nearly 2 hours trying to speak to somebody in the fraud department, I was trying to get that number removed from my account. And it was extremely hard work to get somebody to remove that number from my account, to the point where they wanted to put me through to a second part of the fraud department in order to get that done. Now, being as this has happened on my account before, and I've let you know in the fraud department last night that this number is not authorized and should not be on my account, there are a couple of things I'd like to know the answer to. One, I'd like to know what you did as a bank, as what the people did, what the fraud department did from last night to today regarding that number. Did you do anything at all? Did you check the number out? Have you done any kind of due diligence on that number? And the second question is, how did that number appear on my account in the first place? How did you let that happen?
Okay, so there's no last update date for that 0208807 number, which would appear that it's been on the account for quite some time. It's listed under a business number. So I don't know when that was added. It was added quite a considerable amount of time ago, because there's no last update date showing.
Well, there must be. Nothing If there's one thing I understand about technology, is that you cannot make a single keystroke without that keystroke being recorded. So for you to say to me, we as a bank don't know when that was added to your account, but it was added some time ago, that doesn't sound plausible to me. That doesn't sound right, because your computer system should know not only the date it was added, it should know the time to the second that it was added to my account. That's what technology is.
Cannot see anything. The only things that I can see in regards to updates. So your mobile phone number was added in 2017. The landline number was added 2022. Previously, there was nothing there with no last updates. Same with the mobile phone number. There was nothing there with no previous updates. And that number that was there's no update of when this happened at all.
Okay.
The fact that it's now been taken from this. So we don't know when that business number had been added to the account, which is given the impression that it was a very, 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 very long time ago, where the system's not got a reading for that.
Okay, so let's just pause there then. That's the first alarm bell that's going off in my head. The fact that you're giving me that answer. By the way, I'm not frustrated at you personally. I'm just frustrated at the whole system and what's going on. I appreciate that you're at the end of the phone and you've got a job to do to the best of your ability. So even if in my voice it sounds a bit sort of, it's not directed at you. Okay, this is seriously alarming, because is there any record on the system? Can I just check? You are the fraud department that I'm speaking to, yes?
One of them, yes.
Right, that's brilliant. So is your system showing you that quite some time ago, now we might be talking about 2 or 3 years ago, or a year ago or 2 years ago, a mobile number was added to my account that was not authorized by me. And so I went through to the fraud department and I said to the bloke that I spoke to at the time that that's not authorized, that shouldn't be on my account. And he removed it. And I was asking questions like, what I want to know is how that number got attached to my account. And he said, well, we don't know that, but don't worry about it. It doesn't matter now. We've deleted it. And because I pressed him further and pressed him further, he ended up putting the phone down on me. Now we're in a situation some year, 2 years later, where another phone number has been added to my account, and you're telling me that this phone number was added a long time ago. So sometime after, it must be sometime after that other mobile number was deleted, this number was added. That gives us a time frame.
No, because your mobile number, I can see here, was added in 2017. Previously, there wasn't a mobile number listed.
But there was.
There's no previous update. I'm only going by what is shown me on the system, and it's black beside that. There is nothing sitting beside that at all. It's empty information.
Okay, so this is where
the information that I've got in regards to the mobile phone number was when it was updated on the 27th of January 2017.
Right, I'm hearing that.
That was when the mobile number was added.
Okay, I'm hearing that. And this is where you and I are now stepping into the twilight zone a little bit. Because what you're saying is, essentially, no, Mr. Lambert, there is no other phone number that's been added to your account. Now that either makes me a liar or makes me a little bit off my cake, or it means the person that I talked to in the fraud department was off his cake or lying when he told me there was such a phone number added to my account, and he actually told me the phone number at the time, which I wish I'd noted down. So all that information that was there on my account, you're saying, has completely and utterly disappeared with no record of any trace. That's worrying. Because how can that happen? That can't happen. It can't happen from an external source. We can't, no scammer can get into the banking system and make that happen, what you're saying has happened. That can only happen with a bank employee, someone that has access to the internals of the technological system that you're running, the computers, etc. So now we're into something completely different. Now we're into some hot stuff that should include the police now, Scotland Yard or whatever, some, you know, the top of some fraud office, because we're now talking about a large scale fraud perpetrated by employees of the bank. Either that or your entire system is not fit for purpose. You know, it has to be one or the other. Would you not agree?
That number, the only way that would come up is having no number there, as if that number, there wasn't a number when you opened the account. And no number was only added in 2017.
Yeah, I'm getting all of that, but there's something, there's
that would be the same as that.
A different mobile number was added to my account a long time ago, and it should not have.
I'm not seeing that information at all on the account.
Right. So that's our trip. That's our first step into the twilight zone. How is it possible that information like that can disappear from your system? Now, you're the fraud department. So you're the lady I'm talking to. You work in the fraud department. Therefore, that tells me 2 and 2 making 4. If you work in the fraud department, you deal with this kind of stuff every single day. Your working life is spent, a whole working life is spent on fraud. That's what you deal with. So therefore, the question being, how does information like that disappear from your system without you knowing about it? And then the second question is, how does other information appear on your system without you knowing about it?
If that number shown as blank previously, it's saying that there was no number added to the account, maybe when the account was opened. And that number that was showing there as having no fixed date beside it as well. The work number that you're saying that is a taxi cab company.
Yeah.
That having no date beside it, potentially it's been there for when the account was opened. The only explanation that I can possibly give you, we're not fraudsters. We are not coming into your account and taking over your account, changing numbers without your knowledge, etc. That's not our job. We're here to protect you. I can only get anybody that you're going to speak to on the phone is going to be giving you the exact same answers.
Okay. Can you just
right now?
Okay. Well, can you just pause right there just for 1 second? You've got lunch there.
Yeah.
I've got the video on. Have a sit down
Cool.
in there.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. So first and foremost.
I've told you everything that
Yeah.
I can possibly tell you.
Right, but it's not enough. First and foremost, you've just said about you not committing fraud, etc., etc. I am not saying that NatWest as a whole are committing fraud. What I'm saying is quite clearly and logically is what I'm saying is if information is disappearing from your system and different information is appearing on your system without my knowledge or consent and without your knowledge or consent, then that can only happen with a bent member of banking staff. It cannot happen via someone sitting in a bedsit hacking your system. So we have a very important problem here, and it's a problem that needs the police involvement.
All bank employees are fully vetted before we are employed. We do not go around changing numbers. We do not go around withdrawing funds. We don't embezzle. That's not our job.
So who did it then?
We're here to protect.
So who did it then? If it's not someone on the inside, how did it happen?
The number is not, there's no number that is shown there before. I can only give you the answers, and you're accusing us as a banking institution, maybe not myself as a person, but you're making accusations against the financial institution, which is false allegations.
No, it's not.
Because you're saying that we're committing offences.
No, that's not what I'm. No. That's not what I'm saying. Don't end the phone call. If you end this phone call, if you put the phone down on me, I promise you I will take out legal. Bastards. Absolute ridiculous. Information can only disappear if someone makes it disappear. Information can only reappear when somebody makes it reappear. But they want to tell you that not a single member of NatWest staff anywhere in the country are bent. That's ridiculous. Because we absolutely know there is bent in every category of employment. Nightmare. I'm glad I'm recording this for my own security. End.